everybody, welcome to another week of Pilates plus physio. So, you need your mat. I think that's probably about all you need today, possibly your yoga brick, maybe a little rolled up towel just to pop your head on, or a thin pillow. So, starting off up in standing, so feet pointing to the front, knees just relaxed, try and lengthen through your hips a little bit, open out the shoulders, gently tuck in the chin. Imagine that balloon coming from the back of your head, taking you up towards the ceiling, or if that doesn't work, think of maybe having big long rabbit ears, just pointing them up towards the roof. Slide one shoulder up to your ear and just let it drop. And slide the other up and let that drop. And slide a shoulder up and let it go. And the other side, slide it up, let it go. Both shoulders up and just let them drop. And again, both shoulders up, let them drop. Okay, let's just wake the feet up a little bit. So, maybe just marching on the spot. Start off just seeing how quietly you can march. And then really stamping your feet right down hard. And then both feet on the ground, lifting the toes up, alternate feet. So toes up, slap them down hard. Heels up, tap them down hard. So really getting your brain thinking about what bit of your foot is touching the floor. That's good. Okay. So, one hand, press it up towards the sky. Other hand, press it down towards the earth. Think of a nice straight line going from your head, through your nose, straight down through your belly button. So keep that line straight. Fold one knee up in front. Hold it there. So just focus on the bottom of your foot that's still on the ground. Good. Bring the leg down. Other side. Think of your leg being attached a bit like a puppet, and someone's just pulling the string, the knees floating up. Keep that feeling of really pressing your hand to the roof. Press down with the other one. Lovely, good for the balance. Bring the arms down, leg down. Swap hands. So press right up. Think of a baseball on your hand. You're pushing that to the sky. Big calf spring underneath the other hand, you're pressing that down into the earth. Fold the knee up. Hold it there. And come down. And on the other side. Lovely. Okay, remember, keep practicing your balancing. You know, when you're in the bathroom, brushing your teeth, waiting for the kettle to boil, standing on one leg. Keep the balance mechanism going. Okay, so now imagine you are standing in the middle of a clock. You've got 12 in front of you, 6 behind you, 3 and 9 either side. See if you can make the clock as big as you can. Step forward onto the 12, stand on one leg. Step back onto the 6, stand on one leg. Step out onto the 3. And step across onto the 9. And then maybe back just onto the 8. Across to the 2. Across to the 10. Maybe back to the 5. Onto the 12. Onto the 3, whoop, onto the 9. So don't worry if you wobble, you know, you've got all your balance mechanisms there, so when you go off balance, the balance mechanism should bring you back up again. And then come back onto the 6. down, come and lie yourself down on the mat. Little rolled up towel or pillow underneath your head if you need it. So you're lying on your back, knees bent, legs parallel. You're just letting your back relax down into the floor. Maybe one hand on your chest, sort of just below your neck. Other hand on your upper tummy. Just focus on your breathing a little bit. Maybe we'll just do a little bit of that box breathing that we did last week as well. So, just gently breathe in as you count to 4. And then pause as you count to 4. And breathe out for 4. And you pause for 4. And again, breathing in as you count to 4 slowly. And pause for 4. And breathe out for 4. And pause for 4. Remember, if 4 feels too long, you could just do 3 or 2 even. And you're just thinking of breathing like a sort of round a box. So you're going up the side, across the top, down the other side, across the bottom. And just feel where the breath is going, whether it's all up at the top of your chest, whether it's down into the tummy, whether it's both. And then just while you're lying there, see if you can breathe into the back of the ribs, almost breathing back into the mat. Quite subtle, nothing much is going to happen. You're just trying to direct the breath right into the bases of the lungs, which are sitting back on the mat right now. Just watch that you're not pursing your lips and you're not pushing the air out. When you exhale, it's just a natural relaxation. The air just comes out by itself. You shouldn't need to push the air out. Good. Okay. Pop your hands on the mat beside you. Feet fairly close to your bottom. We're just going to start with a spine curl. So press into the feet. Tuck your bottom underneath. Peel your back up away from the floor. One bone at a time. So just coming up, nice straight line, knees, hips, ribs. And release all the way down. Remember, see if you can keep the back of the thighs relaxed. Get the buttocks doing a little bit more. So just rolling up. You can still move your head when you're at the top. You're not coming right up onto the base of the neck. You're sort of stopping up between the shoulder blades. That's good. Maybe change it slightly. Float the arms to the roof. And curl up. When you've got your bottom up, maybe take one arm out to the side. And bring it back up. Other arm out the other side. And back up. And roll your bottom all the way down. And going again. So really pressing your feet into the mat. So the heels are down, big toes down, little toes down. Once you're up, one arm out to the side, draw it back up. Other arm out the other way, and back up. And roll right down. And let's go one more of those. So press into the feet, peel your back up. One arm out sideways, back up. Other arm out sideways, and back up. Maybe just stay up, both arms out to the sides, really big opening right out through the shoulders. And then bring the arms back up to the top. Roll right the way down, gather up the knees, ankles crossed, just a little bit of gentle knee rocking. So rock your knees towards your chest. That's lovely. Okay. Pop your feet down. hands behind your head, elbows right back and wide. Just tuck in the chin, curl your head and shoulders up. Look down over the top of the knees. Hold it there and release down. So straight tummy muscle doing the work. And again, little chin nod, curl up. And release down. If your neck's painful, don't do too many, and you might want to stick with that version. Otherwise, we can change it slightly. Bring your arms down beside you. So palms facing the floor, fingertips pointing to your heels, tuck in the chin, curl up. Once you've curled up, you can take the arms all the way back towards your ears. Bring the arms all the way down. Release back down to the mat. And going again, so tucking in the chin, peel up. Arms going back. Arms coming down. Those who want to, if your neck's a bit irritable, you could pop a hand behind your head as you lower your head back down again. Often muscles find it harder to work on the way down than they do on the way back, on the way up. So a little bit of support for the head sometimes helpful. So again, curl up. Arms coming all the way up and back. Bring the arms down and release down. Keep thinking of really stretching your hands towards your heels as you come up. So stretch the arms down, curl up. Arms coming up. Arms coming down. Hand behind your head if you want to. Release all the way down. Just let the neck release, gently roll your head from one side to the other. That's good. Okay. Bring the knees, feet in a little bit closer. Find your hip bones in the front there. They should be sticking up towards the ceiling. So 2 bones sticking out at the front of your pelvis. So just check you've got them underneath your fingertips. And we're just going to do taking one knee out to the side and drawing it back up again. So your inner thigh muscle has to let go. Just about room. And come back up. So with your fingertips, you're just monitoring that the opposite side of the pelvis isn't moving. So as the left knee drops out, you don't want to feel anything move under your right fingertips. The whole pelvis doesn't tip sideways. So it's not quite so much about how far you can get the moving leg out. It's more about keeping the other one nice and still. So you could stick with that, or those who want to make it a little harder, you could slightly flatten your back into the mat. Bring one leg up, bring the other leg up. Same thing, one knee going out to the side and coming back up, and the other one. So make sure the knee that's not supposed to be moving isn't moving. You're leaving that behind, and the other leg is on the move. So you could think of having a stick or something resting across your pelvis, or you could even get a stick rested across your pelvis. You want the ends of the stick staying parallel to the floor. So nice and smooth. That's good. Okay, if you've got your feet off, maybe cross the ankles, the other one in front. A little bit of rocking the knees again. And then place your feet down on the mat and maybe turn over, come over onto all fours. So, hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Press out through your hands. So think of pressing into your thumbs, press into the little fingers. Big gap between your shoulders and your ears. Just warm your back up again. So a little bit of arching your back up. And then dropping down, looking forward. So think of drawing a line with your nose. You're coming down the wall, down the mat. As you do that, your back arches. And you're going back the other way. That's good. Okay. Press into your hands. Draw your tummy in. Maybe tuck the toes underneath. And those who want to, lift the knees, just a couple of inches. Almost the less you lift, the harder it is. Keep your tummy pulled right in and come down. And again, press hard into the hands, chin tucking in. So you don't want to lift the knees, actually just really pressing into the floor with your hands, shoulders down. It's quite a nice movement, just get some weight going through the arms. Those who can, hover the knees. So pressing hard into the hands, chin drawing in, tummy up away from the floor. Hold it there and down. And we're going to do one more of those. So draw in, press into the floor, hold. See if you can hold it there. Just while we count to 3, 2, 1. Knees down, feet down, bottom all the way back to your heels. Just maybe stretch the arms a little bit further out in front, curl your head down. That's good. Come up onto hands and knees again. So hands back underneath the shoulders, and then just pop your elbows down onto the mat. So elbows on the floor, palms down on the mat. And now just think about letting your heart or your chest sink down towards the mat. Bottom sticking right up towards the ceiling. See if you can let yourself just soften down onto the floor. It's quite a nice stretch for your upper back. Can you get your forehead to the mat or not? And breathe into the back of the ribs. Lovely. And then press into the elbows, come back up. You can stay on the elbows, tuck the toes underneath, chin tucking in. Lift your bottom up towards the ceiling. And come down. So if your wrists are a bit complainy, you can stick with that. Otherwise you could come back up onto hands and knees, chin tucking in, up into like a yoga downward dog. So press into the hands, bottom up to the sky, drop one heel, drop the other heel. So just walking out through the feet. Nice stretch at the back of the calf. If you've got sciatic pain, just go easy with it. Lovely. Knees down, this time knees apart, big toes together, bottom right back. Arms in front, curl your head down. And breathe. That's good. Okay. Uncurl back up, maybe come over onto your side. So, underneath arm up above your head if it goes. If it doesn't go, have your arm in front and your head on the brick, legs out straight. Make sure you can see your feet when you look down, look back to the front. Big gap between your shoulder and your ear. Just a side leg lift, point the toes, top leg up, foot up, press out through the heel. And again, point the toes, float the top leg up, foot up, press out through the heel. Nice and smooth. Think of drawing a line with your big toe as you go up. And you're rubbing it out with your heel as you come down. Toes coming up. Press out through the heel. Point the toes, float the leg up. Press out through the heel. That's good. Great. Bend the knees up. Heels about in line with your bottom. Roll slightly forward if you can. So elbow and forearm on the mat. We're doing the clam. Top knee and down slowly. Normal breathing. So back of the buttock doing the work. If there's not much going on, you could give it a bit of a pat, kind of wake it up, remind your brain that's the muscle that's supposed to be working. Just want to watch that you're not allowing your whole body to roll back. That's why it's sometimes better to be slightly forward. That's good. Okay. And then turn over onto the other side. Turn your head round. So underneath arm right up above your head, legs out straight, make sure you can see your feet when you look down, top hand really light, point the toes, top leg up, foot up, press out through the heel. Just think a little bit about what's going on in the underneath leg. See if you can keep that relaxed. Often it's quite tempting to really press that other leg into the floor. You can breathe in time with the movement if you want to. You could breathe in as you lift, breathe out as you lower. Most important thing is just keep breathing. Just want to watch you're not holding your breath and bracing, not gripping with the jaw. And just one more of those. Great. Bend the knees up. Heels about in line with your bottom. Roll slightly forward. Keep the heels together. Lift the top knee. And slowly down. And again, top knee up. Down slowly. Big spider sitting just underneath the radiator here. I can see. So top knee coming up, slowly back down again. That's good. Keep going, a few more. That's great. Okay. Finish the one you were doing, maybe come back onto your back, come back up this end of the mat, I think. So lying on your back, we'll just do back of the buttock stretch. So ankle of one leg onto the knee of the other one. So you can just stick with that and just press your knee away from you, or you can hold behind the thigh of the foot that's on the floor, pull that in towards you. And remember, if you just move the leg you're hanging onto very slightly one way or the other, you can often really feel that tightness in the other buttock. If you can't reach behind your thigh, you could thread your band through or even a towel and just hoik the leg up with that. And if you're really tight in that buttock, you can almost think of sort of directing your breath into that tightness. And see if you can just let that muscle go a little bit. That's good. Okay, let that release. Put the feet down, ankle of the other leg onto the knee. Let that knee drop right out. Either just press that knee away from you, you don't get quite as much stretch then in the buttock, or hold behind the thigh of the foot's on the floor, pull that towards you. And again, just adjust it a little bit, move the thigh, see if you can get into that sort of tight little corner. And breathe. Okay, that's great. And let the legs come down. So, knees bent, feet flat, back of the shoulders on the mat. You're looking at the wall slightly, ceiling slightly in front of you. Just float one leg up and pop it down. So you're thinking of really flexing at the hip joint. Your back is staying in its neutral position. So think of a little row of raspberries along the mat underneath you. You're keeping them whole at the moment. So as the knee comes up, your back doesn't flatten into the floor. So you can stick with that, or you could just press down slightly into the raspberries, but you're not going to crush them into the mat, and you're going to float one leg up, and then you're going to bring the other leg up, and then the first one goes down, and the second one goes down. Other leg off first this time, so one up, A little bit of pressure onto the raspberries. Second one up. First one down. Second one down. And again, float one leg. Float the other leg. First one down. Second one down. One up. Smooth movement. Second one up. First one down. Second one down. One more. Float up. Float up. One down. Second one down. Maybe just bring them up again. One up. Other one up. Cross the ankles. Hold the knees. Gentle, gentle rocking. Just release through your back a little bit. And then you could maybe take the knees in a bit of a circle going around one way. Sort of really feel that you're feeling which bits of your back and your tailbone are touching the ground. You're coming up the side, across the middle, down the other side. If you've got painful bits, stuck bits, just think of just gently rolling over them. Think of your back a little bit like a sort of piano keyboard. You've got one key stuck, stuck up, doesn't go down as easily. So just roll over that a little bit. See if you can persuade it to move a little bit more happily. That's good. Okay, pop the legs down. You can either stay down flat, you want your legs parallel, or prop up on your elbows. Big gap between your shoulders and your ears. Just rolling the knees from side to side. Like sort of windscreen wipers. So rocking the knees one way, rocking the knees the other way. Nice twisting movement. See if you can go a little bit further. A nice little interruption then from Alexa. Now she's shut up again. She's probably listening into the class. Maybe she's going to publish it to somewhere else. That's good. Okay, come all the way up into sitting. Legs right out in front, sit up really tall, circle your feet and ankles. One foot going one way, one foot going the other way. And then circle them the other way. Big circles all the way around. Really get them moving. Pull your toes right up towards you, point them all the way down. Pull them right up, point them down. And again, pull them right up, point them down. Good. Come up into standing slowly. Stand nice and tall. Just a couple of roll downs, so chin onto your chest. Roll down. You can walk your hands down your thighs if your back's a bit irritable. Rolling right down. Let your head really dangle. Tummy in hard. And curl. Stacking the vertebrae one at a time as you come back up. And going again. Chin down. Roll down. Let the arms dangle, let the head dangle. Again, think of yourself like a puppet. Floppy arms, floppy head. Winch in the tummy. Bottom tucked underneath. And fold right the way up. Slide the shoulders up. And let them go. And again, slide up. And let go. Thank you so much for joining me, sharing your time with me. Hopefully see you again soon. Bye.